Kit J Scott, we here with my brother Tar. We lit. We finally here, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. How's your week been, bro, so far?
It's been good. It's been good. Battle rap is getting back lit. I'll be honest, man. This is long overdue. I kind of was just like not falling out of love with battle rap, but it was just too much negativity and drama. But now I feel like we're getting back to the battles. There's been a lot of dope battles happening, and we got a crazy announcement over the weekend, man. How you feel
Yeah,
about
man. Beloved's
Summer
back, bro.
Madness
Beloved.
15? I think it's 15, right? Summer Madness 15
Yeah.
out in London, bro. New Jersey Twork versus Loaded Lux. How you feel about the
The
announcement?
UK, man. Anytime you get Loaded Lux on the card, bro, it's always you're always gonna get something, bro. But then like now it's twerk, and then it's in the UK, bro. That's a big deal, bro. Like it's gonna be something, bro. That's something battle rap needs. Like URL needed a comeback battle, and this is the perfect battle to come back on, bro. So I'm excited. I think battle rap should be excited. And then before then, you got Mook and Hitman, and then the next week you got Twerk and Lux, bro. It's lit, bro. That's what you need for battle rap, bro.
It's
Like
gonna
that.
be a
That
crazy month, and it's my birthday month, bro. I'm about to go crazy. But yeah, man, I like the
yeah.
announcement. I think it's gonna be fire. So let's spice it up a little bit. What's the better battle, Mook versus Hitman or Twerk versus Loaded Lux?
I think Mook versus Hitman because it's a grudge match, right? Like I'm not saying that Twerk and Lux ain't a grudge match, but Mook and Hitman, that's been a thing forever. You got one of the greatest performers of all time versus one of the greatest anglers of all time, and like everything that Hitman's been up to lately with Aver, Mook's gonna be able to angle that, right? So I'm just more intrigued by that, right? And yeah, bro, I just think just based off of the styles making the fights, right? You got an angler versus one of the greatest performers of all time. It's yeah, bro. What a guy that has a lot to go against him. Yeah, it's gonna be something, bro. Like for sure.
I feel I feel pretty much the same way. Like I feel like um Twerk and Lux was like a huge announcement. Like you said, URL definitely needed this. But like I'm a storyline guy and I really like the build up from Mook and Hitman over the years. So I'm still gonna say, but they're both gonna be super fire battles. So I'm really, really, really excited for that. I'm just excited, man. September is gonna be lit. Battle rap is back, I believe. One thing I wanted to touch on was to get on this card that just happened over the weekend. I didn't get a chance to watch all the battles. I know you did, so let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Now or Never 3.
Absolutely. So, I mean, let's get into the good first. I think the good is that right now, Scoop, the league owner, he's outside. He's talking about the event. He's engaging with the fans. He's explaining, what didn't go right with everything, and I've liked everything that he said because I think the one thing that you often don't have in battle rap is accountability, and he did take accountability on why there was mic issues and why the venue and the car started so late and all the mishaps. He said he's still outside. He's gonna have a bigger car and he's gonna get better. He's gonna learn from this. He's gonna tap into people with like avocado and stuff like that. So just the pre aftermath was the good. As far as the actual battles of what was the good with the battles, Twerk and Cortez. I'm sorry, my bad. Cortez and Ill Will was a super good battle. I did mention Twerk. Twerk was a last minute addition. It was supposed to be Steams and Rex, but Twerk took Rex's spot. I'm not sure if Rex is still dealing with the issues with the heat stroke or whatever, but Twerk took his spot, and I do think that was a very very good battle. And shout out to Twerk for jumping in the last minute. I know we always give Twerk shit about his him not being professional, but he was very professional with this card. So shout out to him. Yes, like I said, Cortez and Will was a great battle. I thought Real Deal, he's adding on to his legacy of he's been campaigning and wanting to win Champion of the Year, and he added another solid performance versus Arsenal. I kind of do want to jump into Bat real quick. Bat was Arsenal, bro. He's the Eddie, bro. This dude had Eddie Winslow. He said you're gonna die on vacation like Eddie Winslow, bro. Like Eddie Winslow did not die on vacation. It was Malcolm Jamal Warner. It was Theo Huxtable. That was horrible. That was ugly. That was
Wait,
that was
hold on, hold on. I
that
gotta
was
stop you because you sent me that clip, and it's just funny because in the clip, Real Deal is basically telling him like it's not Eddie Winslow, it's Malcolm Jamal Warner, and Arsenal's response was just like, "It's the same nigga."
It's
Like,
the
what?
same nigga knows, bro. And then like the crowd didn't respond the entire night, and that was literally the only bar they responded to because they was like, yeah, that was hard. All y'all are stupid. That's insane. Like y'all did not watch sitcoms in the 90s or 80s, bro. That shit's wild.
That's
That
crazy.
that's just wild to me. I hated that. Um, I think more bad, like we said, was the audio. The audio was horrible. Loso and Clips, I couldn't even watch the battle because Loso had a chain on and it was ruffling in the chain. So that was bad. It's starting so late. It was like 3 hours late, something like that. That was bad. A lot of no shows. P didn't show up. Um, I think yeah, P showed up. It was
Jay Murder, I
Jay Murder
believe.
that didn't show up, and then there was another no show. I don't
I think
remember.
Swave Seb was supposed to battle somebody,
Swave
right?
Seva, it was his battle. His opponent, it was Av and Swave. Av didn't show, so there was a no show. There was two no
Damn.
shows. Um, and then like the ugly too was the crowd. Clip's performance wasn't great. It was just a lot of lackluster performances, a lot of people who just didn't really give a damn about the card in general, just the lack of caring overall of the card and of the battling. Um I just think, yeah, I just think that out of what 12 or 13 battles, I don't know how many battles is on there, to only have like a ratio of one or two good battles wasn't great. The main event, you had guys quitting early. Hollow's round was only like 60 seconds because he was trying to get it over with.
Crazy.
Like the crowd wasn't engaged. So, when you kind of get into the optics of it, like it wasn't, the card was great, but when you get into the optics of it, you don't have any classic battles. And that's ultimately ugly because when you book a card with that many big names on it, you're expecting classics, and there was just no classics on this card. There's really no battles that I really see myself wanting to watch again. Honestly, like I've seen it once and I'm good with it. Um, outside of Cortez and Ill Will, I don't really want to watch this card again. I mean, like, you might want to go back and watch, Chef Trez and Hollow again, because I do think that there was some layers in Trez's round that was great, and there were layers in Hollow's round that were great. I liked Hollow second, but the crowd being so dead kind of took the juice and energy out of it. So another topic we can talk about is, should small leagues like this, should they book big battles like that?
Oh my
You
god, I
know?
want to get right into that. It's crazy how this is all like off the top, and it's crazy that was going to be my next segue. But before we leave that, I do like how you mentioned earlier how Scoop kind of got in front of it. He's been doing interviews. One thing that I did not know, I just found out this morning, was that I heard they were charging $125 at the door. I literally see
Wow.
that people were on their way there, and when they heard how much they was taxing, they turned around, and that's why the crowd was so dead. How do you feel about that price?
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of crazy. I think too, also the promotion was bad, man. Like, and that was another one of those things that he got in front of, was like the promo got to be a lot better, man. Like they gotta at least talk about it and stuff like that, because you and I are great. We're huge battle rap fans. I didn't find out till Friday night. Um,
Yeah, me
the
too. When you
face
sent me
off that
the
yeah, the
flyer.
face off that I was like that the card was even in, right? So if you're gonna have something that's close to like a Summer of Madness S card, you want to promote that. Like battle rappers got to do a better job saying, hey, like I know Scoop, his league is a little bit smaller, and I don't know if he has enough. I don't know his Instagram followers. I don't know his YouTube followers. But you got to understand, when you book a Clips, you understand, and like, yo, Clips, you got to promote this. Like Big K, you were champion of the year. You got to promote this. Like these battlers got to do a better job of promoting. Hollow, you got to promote this. Trez, you got to promote this. Like, um, you got to get the engagement there, because the one thing that I would hate is you're complaining about how dead the crowd was, and even the price. Yes, the price is outrageous, but it also goes into the fact that the crowd was so dead. Yes, but you can't then complain about how dead the crowd was, but then don't promote the battles, because a lot of fans probably didn't know that there was a battle that day to begin with.
Exactly. I agree, and it's also kind of like I love the after, like the post game interviews, but it's just like, where was that before? Like I feel like now he's going to every platform. talking this shit, like basically explaining what happened. But it was like you could have put in that same energy before.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna be honest,
beforehand.
with no promotion, it is hard to sell $125, $150 card if I don't know Ab and Swave Seba. Like for all I know, they could be cool behind the scenes. If they're going at it in promo and Ab is, doing a little bit like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you, Swave," or something like that, it'll entice me a little bit more to pay that much. But it's just like, bruh, I didn't even know this card was happening. And then you expect me last minute to go pay $125? It's kind of crazy.
And the crazy part too is you got Swave. He's restore order. Like there was no like you could have had you had a free face off platform on restore order that Monday, like to build the card up. Like, yo, this is the battle. This is the battle. This is the battle. Like you could have different battles on there on that Monday on restore order. Like you'll have a whole ass podcaster on the thing with you. Geechee was the host. Geechee got a podcast. Geechee and Jazz got a thing. So
Yeah,
it's
I think
it's
I
just
think Scoop could have went on their platform, could have
yeah,
went, you know what I mean, on like you said, restore order, like had some face offs, just something, something.
yeah.
But let's go back. You said now let's go back into what you just mentioned. Should small leagues book big battle? That was what you said, right?
Yeah, it's just small leagues. And it's like somebody has to book the battles, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times where we just see a lot of these battles just fall by the wayside and never get booked. So should they get booked? Like, are we going to consider, for example, like TBL, right? Who's been booking everything? Are they now a bigger league or a smaller league, right? Because they did a really great job the last card booking leagues, right, or booking cards, right? At one time, RBE was a small league. They positioned themselves to a situation, but I think that in order for you to book these battles, you kind of got to crawl before you walk, right? Because with a lot of these leagues, right? Because like for example, when I said RBE, they started off small. Like they didn't always have like the max out cards. They started off really small with the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yep.
Developing their own talent. You had Rosenberg. Like Rosenberg on cards. You had Adi Boom versus Goods. You had like uh money bags versus big, like you were like building up your name as a card and as a brand,
Yep.
developing your own talent, and then gradually going on with the bigger names. And I do think that some of these smaller cards should kind of, you're not gonna you're not gonna have a big success rate automatically thinking that I'm gonna book a Summer Madness card, because we've seen in the past like Alki David, people like that jump in the culture and throw big cards. Like I'm gonna throw Cassidy in Disaster, charge up the pay-per-view, and then the pay-per-view don't go well, or something don't go well, or the streaming doesn't go bad, right? So you do kind of want to start small. Like they have, this league they did mean in Pittsburgh, where they did have a lot of battles on one card. But to me, it would be a better practice for a lot of these leagues to just to start small and start gradually working your way up. Like if you want a main eventer, okay, I wouldn't mind like you don't need like T Top versus Fonz. You know that they're friends, you know that they're cool. Like you don't need that battle. Like that's not a battle you need, right? I would much rather you do like, just an example, like T Top versus Pain. Like you did Shotgun Shug versus Pain, T Top versus Pain, or like a smaller guy versus an established guy, or a guy that's trying to establish himself. Like kind of like a rookies versus vets type of card. That's fine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need a major Summer Madness card out the gate, or as a smaller league, because it's number one is ruining the battle. Like if I'm a battler, right? If I'm Chef Trez, I don't want to battle. I should want to battle a Hollow to Dawn on a smaller league. I want to battle Hollow to Dawn on a card or on a platform that people are going to pay attention to, and my views are gonna do something, right? I want. I mean, theoretically, you would want that on a URL. But if I can't get him on URL, the next best thing is let me get him on a trenches. Let me get him on a more established league, so that way my work won't be slept on, right? Because then who's going to want to see Trez versus Hollow again in a rematch? It's like the rematch isn't that appealing anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you don't want to waste a good battle on a small league. I just don't think that that's good. I just think that you
Yeah.
would want to a battle on a league that's already established, because your film is going to be worth lots more, if it's a good film, because technically I don't think that this film is going to be that great of film, because number one, like the audio was okay, but then the crowd was bad. You had Hollow for a 60-second third round. That's not good. That's not good film, bro. Like you want that battle to be timeless and live forever. Like that's supposed to be your mirror match, right? Like John
Yeah.
had a card. What was that John card called? The Cassidy
Oh,
one, the
end
end
game.
game.
Yeah.
That's his end game, bro. Hollow's your end game, and you wasted your end game on a league that where the film's not going to be good.
Exactly, man. And I kind of agree. I miss when these newer leagues used to build up like talent. Like I feel like shout out
Right,
like the Riot because that's what they're doing. They're like kind of building up their talent and
right.
putting their guys against big name. And I like how you said like okay RBE. Let's just be honest. RBE they might come back and do like what is that? What is that small full circle
Full
event?
circle,
They
yeah.
might come do a few of those, but for the most part, RBE's roster is gone. So it's like I like how you said like you could take someone like Payne and put him against T Top or Fonz and put him maybe against like a Jay Murder and kind of build back up their roster and get them to the point. And then after you have a few events, then maybe you could throw a few big names on there. And
Right.
that's what I feel like these leagues need to start doing. And the proofs in the pudding. I mean, you got leagues like the trenches that is very successful building up their talent, mixing in a few top tiers, but for the most part, building up their talent. And also the Riot and even Westworld now they got like their whole roster. So it's just like I feel like that's kind of like the direction that this league should just start going more towards.
Yeah, no, I agree for sure.
All right, next question. Before we move on to the next topic, what are we gonna do with Charlie Clips? What are we gonna do about Charlie Clips? Because it's just like at this point, I feel like he's setting the wrong narrative. I literally seen on one of the interviews that Scoop did that someone asked him, should league stop booking Charlie Clips? And his response is, well, no, because he gets views. Him and Osolo's only been out for 2 weeks and they're already at like 700,000 views. But then to like the battle rap culture is kind of setting this narrative like, oh, as long as you get views, you can do whatever you want. I can just come and play around and no one's gonna give a shit. Like it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. How do you feel about Charlie Clips right
Right, bro.
now?
That's life, bro. Like we want to be entertained. Like people sit up there and say, like, I don't want to see a car crash. I don't want to see nothing happen. But the moment a car crashes, you're gonna be out there being nosy and seeing what happened, right? That's kind of what I
100%.
compare. That's what I compare clips to. It's like you say you don't want to see it, but then you're watching him, right? And he's appealing to you somehow, some way, right? So unfortunately, like it's got to be on clips. It's got to be on clips. It's like you got to start deducting niggas pay. I'm gonna just be honest. It's like you cannot keep giving niggas what they want if you already know that they're not going to show up and not going to give it their all. And I'm not the one to count a person's pockets, right? But
Yeah.
at a certain point in time, like if you're a Loso, right? And Loso, he's been cooking in his career, and I know what a clips battle would mean for your career. But at the same time, you also got as an opponent got to start saying no because it's like, yo, he's gonna waste my time, and I ain't trying to write for this nigga if he's gonna waste my time. You almost got to treat this nigga like he's a low tier in a way, right?
Exactly.
Because it's like at a point in time, would you like you got to start asking yourself these questions if you're battle rappers, right? Would I rather have a half-ass clips on my resume, or would I rather have a hungry Eunice, a hungry, I don't know,
Angela.
a hungry Hansel, or a hungry one of these hungry young bucks that I know that's gonna give me a fight rather than a lazy ass clips. And I know what having clips on my resume would do, but it's like, bro, like I don't want a bad clips on my resume. Because in that narrative, well, clips didn't take you serious, or like, what do you benefit from battling a half-ass clips? Nothing. So it almost has to. You almost got to start saying no if you're battlers. Like he was on that Philly card a couple weeks, like 2 weeks ago versus Top Floor Loot. Like that battle does nothing for Top Floor Loot. It doesn't because you have to wonder if he's going to even take you serious. So
100%.
if the nigga's not going to take me serious, I'm not going to take the battle. Like I'd rather take somebody else, and that's what you got to start doing. Like you got to stop treating Charlie Clips like his name is gold. And once you stop treating this nigga like his name is gold, then it's like okay, there's no more clamoring for clips.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like you said, you got to start deducting niggas' pay. You got to start hitting them in their pockets. We got to come together as a culture and just not saying we shouldn't book them because I respect the views. I respect these leagues getting their money, but yeah, we got to hit them in the pockets to kind of show him, like, look, bro, like you ain't as popping as you used to be, and if you're not gonna take this serious, then I mean, it is what it is. Sorry, clips.